What we thought was that we wanted to give a safety net for these students that would encourage them to take on their own identity, to be themselves, to be able to come out with their parents, knowing that there would not be dire financial straits and terrible financial repercussions. We funded the Tom and Jan Hodson LGBT Support Fund.
There was a specific case that happened last year that I was involved with where a young student had completely arranged her study abroad, and it coincided with the time that she decided to come out to her mother. And she was cut off financially to the point where it would have jeopardized her study abroad. So I kept thinking there had to be an emergency fund somewhere for students who might find themselves in that kind of situation. So I went home and I told Tom about it that night, and he just said, well, why don't we start a fund like that? And that's really how it started. And we just sort of told ourselves we would do it by the end of last year, and that's what we did.
There is still a generational gap on this issue. And although the students are more inclined to come out to their friends and their associates and know that they will be accepted and not chastised, there is still a stigma to come out with parents because of this generational gap. Our generation has been very much in the forefront of a lot of issues. But on LGBT issues, we've been silent, and silent way too long, and silent basically out of this fear. I think the silence has to end, and what we're trying to do is help it end.
There are gay people everywhere, and I think that has to be said and has to be recognized before we can get past this. In my particular situation, there are people close to me who are gay, and I just think it's I get very frustrated because I think it should be such a non-issue. And the fact that it still is sometimes surprises me in 2014. Things aren't moving fast enough for me. I think that every year on this campus we see situations that are problematic for the LGBT community, and I agree with Tom, it's a civil rights issue, and the other thing is just feeling compassion, I think, for students who find themselves in these situations.
I think also in our age group, in our generation, we've all had friends, relatives that didn't come out and have lived a lie and have suffered greatly for trying to be who they are not. And anything we can do to encourage somebody to be who they really are and to own that and to be proud of it, that's part of civil rights as well. Our fund, as administered by the LGBT office, can be for anything, can be for utilities, can be for rent, can be for food. So we wanted it to be able to meet the needs of the student and not be pigeonholed into one specific area. We hope that soon this fund won't be necessary to meet these particular needs, and we can then make it a scholarship fund and make it something to enhance a person's educational opportunities. But for now, the need's there.